What's up, guys? It's Matters. We have another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies informational video for leaked information on the Giant. Black Ops 3 Zombies, the Giant, the Duriz remake. A ton of leaked information will be coming very, very soon. I know it's gonna happen. There's no way they're gonna keep the Giant that much of a secret until the game comes out. So I'm actually glad we're getting at least some sort of little leaks right now. I'm gonna go over some storyline stuff. We're gonna go over the leaked images. Obviously, we'll talk about, this is sort of like the part 2 to yesterday's video. If you saw yesterday's video, we talked about RICHTOFEN as a zombie, leaked images of that, his character model, and why that all happened. We're going to go more in depth on that. We're going to talk about more stuff about the Giant, and then probably a bit of speculation, but it's all going to make sense of what the Giant will be like and what it will continue through the DLCs based on the leaks we've had, not based on anything else, based on the leaks that we just got a few days ago. So basically, the Giant, obviously, you know what happens. The intro cutscene, you have the Origins Richtofen shooting the Black Ops 1 Richtofen when, he comes out of the teleporter and the Black Ops 1 Richtofen is like, oh yeah, look, you want to fight me or something? I don't know. I forgot what he said, but it was something like that. It looked like it at least. And then the Origins Richtofen was like, no bitch, and then, he died, whatever, he shot him. And his body dropped to the floor, and that was the last we saw of Black Ops 1 Richtofen, at least for the intro cutscene. Now, based on the leaked images that we saw, the leaked image showed Richtofen as a zombie. The Black Ops 1 Richtofen, not the Origins Richtofen, because we did comparison yesterday, where basically the Black Ops 1 Richtofen had the red sort of armband with the swastika, had the brown overall type thing, or like the suspender straps, and then he also had the cap, or the military hat, whatever. And the zombie showed in the image, in the leaked image, looked the same exact way, had the same sort of features with the red wristband, whatever it's called, the armband, and then the suspender, the cap, everything was the same, except for maybe the suit was a bit different, but I guess it was like formed into a zombie. It looked like a hospital gown. Maybe they sent, Richtofen's body after he was shot to a facility, to a hospital, and then Element 115 got into his body, and he got out of his hospital gown, or he was still in it, and he's a zombie now, and he's running around on the Giant as a boss or an Easter egg or something like that, and, he's a zombie now. Basically, Richtofen from Black Ops 1 is a zombie. Again, you can say, like, okay, this doesn't make sense. You can't just say that, Element 115 somehow just, like, fuses into him and he's a zombie all of a sudden. You can't just assume that. But the thing is, if his body is still there, don't you think something is going to happen? And after we got the leaked image, which is in the description if you guys do want to check that out again, or you can watch my recent video yesterday, I'll leave a link to that also. If his body is still there, how would it make sense that there's a leaked image of Richtofen as a zombie and none of those two things correlate with each other? How would that not correlate? Like, why would the body be there and then all of a sudden there's another dimension where there's a Richtofen as a zombie? It just doesn't make sense. It all works out well. That Richtofen that died in the room, he comes back as a zombie, whether it be in the Giant or in another map, and maybe maybe he doesn't even show up on the Giant. Maybe he shows up on a different map. Maybe he actually shows up towards the end of the life cycle of Black Ops 3, DLC 4. Like I said, the ending of the whole storyline of, Richtofen and his crew and the Origins crew and them redoing time. And then at the end, the final Easter egg is literally to fight Richtofen or something like that. And based on leaked images we've been seeing, it looks like, that actually may happen. Now, another thing is that obviously Richtofen's voice will be in the game, but Richtofen, if you don't know the actor, okay, he's Nolan North, I'm pretty sure. If you look him up, he does a ton of different really crazy voices within a ton of different Call of Duty games and video games in general. Now, something cool about him is that he can not only make human voices, but he can make like animal voices and also zombie voices. So think about him making a zombie sort of voice of Richtofen. I think he would be the perfect guy to do it. And just thinking about him as an actor in the game, being able to do that, just makes this all the more better, really. It makes it all the more logical. It could be zombie Richtofen, and it's sort of like Richtofen, like a Richtofen, like German sort of accent, but as a zombie, and he's moaning and doing all those zombie noises and stuff. It just all makes sense. And even if it doesn't make sense, wouldn't you want that to happen anyway? I said this yesterday. Wouldn't you want Richtofen to be a zombie? Who wouldn't want that? So leaked images, like I said, we will be getting really, really soon. I'm expecting more images of the Giant itself. and maybe like screenshots of the giant. Obviously, I'm not going to put anything in the video. I'm not really going to link anything as of now, unless it goes up on Twitter. I can link you to the Twitter, but right now there really is nothing. So you just have to wait and see. I'll definitely do a video right when that happens, right when anything gets leaked. I'm doing videos. You guys already know that anyway. I try to be some of the first channels to do videos on certain leaks and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm first, sometimes I'm last, whatever. But I try my best to be right on cusp of the leaks, whatever happening, what are the updates, whatever. Try to be first, and when that happens, I'll be sure to make a video. So like the video if you enjoy, subscribe for more. Tell me guys what you think. Click the link in the description to check out the character model of RICHTOFEN as a zombie, and then we're gonna go over more the giant leaked images in later videos, and hopefully you're subscribed to check those out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.